while our energetic sovereignty, sacred boundaries and relational prosperity. Quantum opening. Your mind is the laboratory where reality learns to take form. Your heart is the sanctuary that teaches it how to love, and your body is the temple that anchors both into living truth. Section 1. Deep gaze. The sovereign, within, a life without boundaries resembles a river without banks, water dispersing into the ground until the current fades. A life with rigid, armored boundaries resembles a canal of concrete, flow imprisoned by fear. Energetic sovereignty honors the middle path, banks that guide, curves that allow, depth that nourishes. This is the art of the sovereign self. Inside, every being resides a circle of archetypes that counsel the sovereign. The lover brings tenderness that softens edges without erasing the line. The warrior brings clarity that draws a line without closing the heart. The magician brings transmutation that turns friction into fire for awakening. The healer brings remembrance that every part once protected innocence. The soul's journey into relationships unfolds like a spiral. Each turn returns to similar lessons with wider perspective. Early chapters often write the script of fusion, overgiving for belonging, silence for harmony, collapsing intuition to avoid tension. Later chapters invite a sacred restoration, voice as instrument of truth, time as fragrance of dignity, presence as the altar where love breathes well. In the field of energy, boundaries behave like a semi-permeable membrane. Denial breeds stagnation, enmeshment breeds depletion, sovereignty breeds circulation. The heart learns a fluent grammar, yes as devotion, no as devotion, distance as devotion, closeness as devotion. The boundary is not a wall, it is a vow that your essence will not be traded for crumbs of approval. Prosperity in relationships rises naturally as each exchange honors this vow, transforming connection from transaction to consecration. Imagine a lighthouse on a misted coast. Its radiance does not chase ships or negotiate with storms. It shines by vow. It rotates by design. It rests in structure and serves in clarity. Relationships learn to navigate by consistent light, not by fluctuating sacrifice. A lighthouse that dims to please the fog invites wreckage. A lighthouse that blazes with stable love becomes a myth of safe return. Becoming that light is the essence of energetic sovereignty. Odakska, Section 2. Scientific and Psychological Foundations. Humanistic psychology affirms the innate impulse towards self-actualization. When boundaries express congruence with values, the organism relaxes into authenticity. Unconditional positive regard begins within. It includes the courage to value inner truth even when external systems prefer comfort. Empathy then becomes clean, feeling with, not fusing into. Transpersonal psychology expands the map. Identity is a wave moving through states and stages. At times, spacious awareness holds the personality with compassion. At times, archetypal forces migrate through us like weather. The sovereign recognizes both, the sky of awareness that belongs to no one, and the dignified self that stewards a particular mission on earth. Neuroplasticity encodes boundaries into pathways. Repeatedly pairing no with breath, posture, and a value-aligned image wires safety into refusal. Mirror neurons and co-regulation explain how calm, coherent boundaries entrain environments. Polyvagal insights frame sovereignty as an embodied vagal tone, safety messages traveling through breath depth, facial softness, and grounded stance. Attachment patterns translate early templates into adult dynamics. Sovereign repair updates the template with corrective experiences where truth does not threaten love. Relational prosperity thrives on clear contracts and coherent signaling. Oxytocin flows with trust. Dopamine dances with anticipation. Serotonin settles with meaning. Clarity reduces cortisol spikes born of ambiguity. When boundaries are consistent, partners, teams, and communities predict one another faithfully, lowering the cost of coordination. The nervous system rests. Creativity rises. Example in practice. A creator who over-delivers to avoid criticism reshapes the contract by writing exact scope, pricing aligned to energy expenditure, and turnaround times that protect depth. Over 3 months, sleep improves, output sharpens, clients arrive who value precision. The field reorganizes around the new signal. Prosperity follows coherence. Section 3. Biodecoding. Applied. The body remembers the line. The body speaks boundary dialects. Its idioms often carry unspoken stories. Throat tightness, recurrent hoarseness, or chronic coughing can mirror self-silencing or the fear that truth will sever belonging. Skin rashes, hives, or eczema can echo boundary breaches, the organism inflaming the interface where self meets world. Chest pressure or shallow breath can signal the collapse of space when saying yes against the heart. Migraines can carry the burden of overmanagement, a head doing the work of an unspoken no. Lower back pain can whisper about support structures that never stabilized, the body bracing to hold what agreements failed to hold. Gut disturbances can point to indigestion of others' moods, opinions, and timelines. These patterns invite compassion, not blame. The biodecoding path listens. 1. Event emotion belief tracking. Identify recurrent context that precedes symptoms. Feel the central emotion. Name the inherited belief that frames it. 2. Organ language. Translate the symptom into boundary semantics. Skin says contact, throat says voice, gut says discernment. 3. Corrective microaction. Add a small boundary behavior that contradicts the old belief while remaining safe. A single clear email, a calendar buffer, a templated phrase. 4. Somatic reconciliation. Place a hand on the organ region, breathe slowly, whisper a new contract. Body, I hold the line with warmth. You can relax. 5. Integration and care. Adjust hydration, movement, sleep, and mindful breaks to anchor the new pathway. Seek medical or therapeutic support as needed. Biodecoding complements, not replaces, professional care. The body becomes ally rather than adversary. Symptoms evolve from punishment to pedagogy. Each flare a teacher ringing a bell. Honor the vow. Adjust the membrane. Restore the current. Section 4. Quantum NLP Tools. Protocols for Repatterning. NLP offers a precise kit for boundary artistry. The following practices weave neuro-linguistic structure with transpersonal depth so limits feel like love in motion. Bhatta 4.1. The Sovereign Stance Anchor. Stand with feet hip-width, crown tall, jaw relaxed. Inhale for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 6. Touch thumb to middle finger and speak a value-coded statement. Clarity with compassion. Visualize a golden ring around you expanding to 1 meter. Repeat daily for 2 minutes until the gesture evokes calm power instantly. Use the anchor whenever a boundary is needed. 4.2. The Sacred No Script. Prepare 3 phrases that carry warmth and precision. No, thank you. I choose to focus on my current commitments. This does not align with my timing. I honor your path and mine. I cannot offer that. Here is what I can offer. Practice aloud until tone remains steady and breath stays deep. Pair each phrase with a sovereign stance anchor. Deploy in text, email, and voice with identical wording to reduce decision fatigue. 4.3. Value elicitation and ecology check. Write the top 5 values guiding relationships: truth, reciprocity, devotion, creativity, rest. For each value, write 1 boundary behavior: truth, transparent scope; reciprocity, shared effort; devotion, timely responses inside capacity; creativity, unstructured hours protected; rest, Sabbath day protected. Read the list morning and night for 21 days. Ensure no behavior harms essential commitments. Adjust to preserve wholeness. 4.4. Identity reframe. From pleaser to steward. Old identity statement: I am responsible for others' comfort. New identity statement: I am a steward of my energy and a co-architect of clean agreements. Install with breathwork and mental rehearsal. Visualize 3 upcoming moments where the steward speaks with ease. Worcester 4.5. The Golden Egg Visualization. Sit, spine long. Imagine a luminous egg surrounding you. The shell is permeable to love, impermeable to manipulation. On the inside of the shell, etch these words: clarity, consent, coherence. Breathe for 5 minutes, then open eyes and enact 1 aligned microaction. 4.6 parts. Integration for boundary ambivalence. Identify 2 parts: the bridge builder and the guardian. Place hands together. Let the bridge builder rest in the left palm, the guardian in the right palm. Bring palms together at the heart and speak. Unity by consent. Connection with spine. Feel both parts merge into the sovereign mediator, then choose one clear action. 4.7 Time Borders, Calendar Alchemy. Create daily focus blocks with start and end bells. Add 15-minute buffers before and after relationally heavy tasks. Batch responses into 2 windows per day. Automate templates for requests, pricing, and timelines to convert ambiguity into ritual. 4.8 The Swish for People-Pleasing Patterns. Picture the old scene, saying yes while your chest tightens. Shrink it to a small, dim image. Replace it with a bright image of you delivering the sacred no in the sovereign stance. Snap the new image forward with a swift inhale. Repeat 5 times. Future pace by imagining tomorrow's real scenario and enacting the new pattern. Certo 4.9 Language of Clean Requests. I request clarity on scope, timeline, and compensation before proceeding. I accept projects that honor deep work pacing. I confirm my availability within 48 hours after reviewing my capacity. 4.10 Money as boundary music. Price equals energy expenditure plus creative risk plus timeline compression. Write a pricing creed. I charge to sustain depth, generosity, and longevity. Align every invoice with the creed to defame prosperity. Bane, Section 5. Spiritual Perspective and Christic Consciousness. Sovereignty in spirit understands interbeing. The boundary is not separation, it is the integrity that makes union trustworthy. Christic consciousness pours love through truth without collapse. The teaching becomes simple. Love expands to include self. Compassion includes form. Unity breathes through clear agreements. Buddhist emptiness offers the spacious paradox. The self is a pattern arising in the field of awareness, and the pattern still carries vows. The membrane is not a fortress. It is dharma in action, form serving boundless heart. Psychomagic contributes symbolic acts that seal new myths in the psyche. Letters burned to release codependent contracts, stones blessed to anchor new covenants, rooms reordered to reflect rightful place. Great teachers embody soft power. Presence speaks more loudly than argument. Silence can be a boundary soaked in peace. Proximity becomes a sacrament when consent wraps it. Distance becomes a blessing when dignity requires it. The Christic heart kisses the line with mercy and refuses to betray essence. The Buddha mind smiles at clinging and unclasps the fist. The sovereign soul walks between both, robe of gold and sky. Relational prosperity in this light is not merely abundant contacts or financial gain. Relational prosperity means exchanges that elevate all participants, projects that nourish spirit while stabilizing livelihood, friendships that allow metamorphosis without drama, families that hold both roots and wings, communities that handle conflict with ritual clarity rather than gossip. Every yes multiplies life force, every no protects sanctity. The kingdom of heaven appears in very practical calendars. Section 6. Integrative Ritual. The Covenant of Light. Duration. 21 minutes. Frequency. Daily for 21 days, then as needed. Materials. A white candle, a glass of water, a small bowl of salt, paper, and a pen. 1. Grounding breath. 3 minutes. Sit upright. Inhale down to the belly. Exhale longer than the inhale. Feel your sit bones anchor. Whisper, I take my rightful place. 2. Circle of salt, 1 minute. Place a pinch of salt around the candle base in a small circle. Salt seals intention, anchoring the membrane. 3. Water witness, 1 minute. Hold the glass of water at heart level. Water records vibration. Speak slowly. My energy is sacred and renewable. 4. Value vows, 3 minutes. Write 5 values and 1 boundary behavior for each. Read them aloud in a steady voice. 5. Golden egg, 5 minutes. Visualize the luminous egg, permeable to love, impermeable to manipulation. Etch, clarity, consent, coherence on the inside. 6. Sacred no practice, 3 minutes. Stand, touch the sovereign stance anchor. Speak your 3 prepared phrases with warm firmness. 7. Offering and release, 3 minutes. Write 1 lingering pattern to release. Fold the paper, place it under the candle. State, I release the need to trade essence for approval. 8. Seal. 2 minutes. Sip the water as if drinking light. Touch forehead, throat, and heart. Extinguish the candle with a breath that carries grace, not force. Optional psychomagic accent. Wear a simple ring or bracelet for 21 days as a tactile reminder of the covenant. Touch it before any decision and let the anchor fire. Dastir. High vibration closing. Master axiom. Love without truth dissolves. Truth without love wounds. Love with truth liberates. Quantum challenge. Next 24 hours. Choose one micro-boundary and enact it with warmth. Decline one non-aligned request. Protect one sacred hour for deep work, or rewrite one agreement with precise scope. Record the bodily sensation after the action and note the increase in available breath. Activation code. I stand as clear light. I serve as warm fire. I give from overflow. I rest inside grace. Repeat 3 times upon waking and before sleep for 7 days, paired with the sovereign stance anchor. Your field remembers the vow. Your body learns to relax into integrity. Your relationships rise to meet your coherence. Prosperity follows the current of truth spoken with a tender spine. The lighthouse stays bright. The river stays deep. The ocean keeps welcoming every moonlit return. Con amor, Andrew.